Very good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our Yuva and Kimotis weekly Sunday live session where we discuss the latest AI tech tools. Okay, so SEO in 2025. What's changing and how to stay ahead? Well, SEO isn't just about stuffing in keywords anymore. In 2025, search is more visual, more AI driven, and happening on platforms way beyond Google. So, today I'm going to walk you through what's changing and how you can adapt with simple, clear steps. Well, honestly, in my case, I've learned so much SEO, engagement, and tools, all of it. But the truth is, I haven't really applied it. So I've been in full mom mode. So more than entrepreneur mode. Now I feel it's time to shift my gears, and actually it's time for me to more focus on work and allow my son to play independently. So I really hope that what I've learned can finally help me get more engagement if I give it more focus. All right, so let's dive into today's topic. I've got 9 key points to share. I will keep them quick and easy to understand. So first of all, have you noticed that when you Google something and you often get full answer right at the top and you don't even have to click a link? So that's called Google's AI overview or SGE, search generative experience. So in 2025, this is becoming the norm. So what it means for you, people might see your content but never visit your site. So we need to write in a way that both AI and humans can understand quickly. And I have a tip. We actually can use short answers, clear headings, bullet points, and bold takeaways. So, for example, if your blog is about best smartphones under $1,000 and a clear top three list at the top, so Google might quote it in their AI summary. And next, so instead of just focusing on keywords like best laptop, think about what actually people want to know. So honestly, I make this mistakes too. I make this mistake too because of rushing last minute and not thinking deeply about user intent. So the tip here, we have to ask ourselves, what's the question behind this search? And do they want a product, how to, or a comparison? Also, people search differently on different platforms, not the same question. So, for example, on Google, they might ask, okay, give me best laptop 2025. And on TikTok, it could be a different one, laptop for students unboxing. Or in YouTube, they could ask, which laptop should I buy for school? So use this insight to repurpose your content in different formats. But now we don't need to worry about it because we have ChatGPT and other AI tools to help write. So just take a bit of time to tweak and humanize it. That's it. Okay, so next, AI tools like Google's SGE read your content section by section and not just as one big article. So here the tip is we have to use proper headings like H2 and H3 to organize our content. And then we have to add summaries, FAQs, or quick tips section to help readers and AI scan easily. So think of it like packing a suitcase. If everything's in one pile, it's hard to find. But if it's sorted, it's easy, right? So the same goes for the AI and for us to search. And nowadays, more people are using voice search or even image to search to search image search to find things. So we have to add clear alt text to your images. So alt the description, describe what's in the photo, or use natural everyday language. So how people actually talk. For example, instead of saying optimal hydration container, so just say best water bottle. And whenever we post a photo, there is an option to add a description. So we shouldn't skip it. And that's how people can find you in search. You know, well, the next one, it is the search engines in 2025. It actually care who is writing your content. So we have to use our real name, photo, and bio. The important thing, we have to link to our social media or websites, and we also need to share our real experience. Google loves first hand knowledge. So for example, if you have tried 5 different email tools, talk about your experience. So that's be more valuable than copying a list from Google. And point number 8. Okay, this is super important actually. Sometimes this is the only reason we disappear from search. So if your blog post or website content it's over a year old and untouched, Google might think it's outdated. So the tip is every 3 to 6 months we have to update the headlines, the examples, the screenshots, links, and just like apps need updates, your content does too. Last one I have it here. The speed and design matter a lot. So especially on mobile, we actually could use free tools like page speed inside to check load speed. We need to keep our site clean, simple, and easy to navigate. So if your site takes more than 3 seconds to load, many people will leave, and Google notices that. If you are focused on business results, we shouldn't just look at the traffic. So we have to ask ourselves, are the visitors staying on our page? Are they clicking on things, or are they buying or take action? So we could actually use tools like Google Analytics and Google Search Console, and we could see which words are actually working and double down on them. So SEO into 2025, it's not about just hacks or shortcuts. It's about clear, helpful content, making things easy to find, showing real experience and authority, and keeping our content fresh. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope this actually gave you some motivated and clear steps to take. And if you have been learning SEO like me, maybe now's the time to actually use it and see the results. Yeah, thank you for joining today's session. See you next time.